guys, what's going on? So we did a face reveal. I believe it was yesterday, PlayStation Pro. The unboxing, which was pretty awesome to see that I got 16 views last time I checked, which I got a lot of views right away quickly. So it seems that you guys really like it, and I believe got one like or so, but that's really awesome. I really like to see views. It's really awesome. It's just letting me know personally that you guys actually like watching it. And you know, always guys, I'm not gonna tell you, but just try to, you know, get through and finish the video. I know you know, you guys got things going on, maybe you want to watch a couple minutes or so, but definitely watch through the whole entire videos, all of my videos, because you never know what you're gonna end up missing if you don't see the whole thing. So I kind of want to talk about the live streams. So the problem is, if you haven't read it in one of my descriptions or the description of my last video, is that for some reason my last stream on Battlefield 1, it was at 1080p 60 frames per second. And if you guys can comment, leave a comment in the description, in the comments below, drop a comment, let me know what's going on with that, because from what I've seen, it was like weird pixels kind of like jaggering. I'm not sure if it was frame rates dropping or what it was, but every time I moved it looked really weird. So definitely I will be talking more about that later on, but since we're doing face reveals, I might as well do an introduction like this before we get right into the video. And the introductions won't always be this long, but this is the first time just trying to explain it a little bit. But live streams will be most likely in 720p 60 frames per second, since for some reason 1080p 60 frames per second looked very weird and ugly, and it was really weird. I didn't like it, and I don't think you guys liked it. So I'm just gonna keep live streams now in 720p 60 frames per second. So thank you guys for watching. Sit back and relax. Enjoy. Your support means everything. Thank you guys. It's time for 4K. Boys, we are playing Infamous Second Son 4K 30 frames per second, and gosh, it is a beauty. If you really take the time to kind of like look through it and see kind of the visuals and all the aspects of it, it's really upgraded with the PlayStation Pro. All these great games that were AAA games back when PlayStation 4 launched, it looks amazing in the Pro. It really does. And a lot of people have been saying that it's not 4K, which in reality, it's kind of like how I explained it. And here's a Shadow of the Mordor Game of the Year 4K. But I think this game specifically, it really brightens up a lot, and because of 4K, it adds a lot more colors, and the colors seem very rich. And you know, compared to 1080p looks very washed down in the colors. The colors are very, depending on the game, but this game specifically, I remember playing it a couple days ago, and at nighttime it looked like nighttime, you know. And when it came to start playing this in 4K, I noticed nighttime, it wasn't so dark, it wasn't so ugly, it wasn't so, you know, you couldn't see anything. But what I'm saying with it is that the colors really pop, and they really, you know, lend itself, it really comes out, and it really, it's so much more, and it's two to three times more, because 4K, you know, adds 2 to 3 times more colors. It's over 1 billion, I think it's past 5 billion colors or so, and it's really such an amazing experience to kind of see these old games and kind of see it revamped and powered, and in the sense of colors and, you know, graphical capability and just performance really. And you know, 4K I think is probably my most favorite aspect right now. And obviously, you know, they were gonna be like, it's 4K 30 frames per second. What's so good about it? Colors pop. And there's like so much more colors. It's very vivid. It's very pretty, and the colors look very natural in the sense that it doesn't look washed down compared to 1080p, which 1080p isn't. You know, it's not a horrible resolution just because we have 4K doesn't mean 1080p is crap now. It's just the fact that 4K grabs and really gives you this sense of the colors in game look really natural and actually real instead of 1080p's color where it look kind of just, you know, watered down. It's been kind of like beaten up in a ring. It's been boxed up a couple of years or so, but I really enjoy 4K because of the fact not only colors but the actual kind of like textures and graphics of everything, in the sense of you know how, you know, Nathan Drake looks. He looks very natural. He looks very believable. And in the sense, what I mean is that there's no jagged lines. Textures are really on point. You know, where at least where I have it to my 4K monitor, I have the sharpness up to 72 right now or 69 right now. I can't remember. But it really it has a great balance of, it's not too sharp where it looks like, you know, unrealistic, but it's not, you know, at the point where it's soft, where it's kind of like details and textures are kind of gone. And you know, I really kind of balance it out on at least on my monitor. So for me, at least, the details and textures look very like spot on. They look very balanced. They look very real. And so I'm not saying like every 4K game looks like super real, but they look more believable in the sense that you look at the graphics, you know, look at, you know, somebody's, you know, Nathan Drake's hair, or you look at, you know, the textures on, you know, Delson's sneakers. It looks more believable in the sense that it doesn't look so video gamicky, you know, in that sense. And that's what I really like about 4K, is that everything looks very natural. You know, it may not be at 60 frames per second, but it's very smooth. And that's the kind of transition that I like about it. But definitely, I think a lot of like Battlefield 1, to say, I think has got a really great jump in the 1080p 60 frames per second, because honestly, yesterday, I don't know what it was during the live stream, it looked completely different from what I was used to seeing. And people saying it's a 1080p 60 frames per second, meaning that they added more frames. It's not a lot 60 FPS, but it definitely is very, the frames are a lot better, which I've definitely noticed. It feels very smooth, and that's a huge plus for me because I spend a lot of my time playing Battlefield 1 multiplayer. But I don't know, and you know, you guys, you know, fill me in on this and comment below if there's gonna be a 4K patch coming soon for Battlefield 1, because I know that GameSpot and other, you know, game companies have, you know, put up footage of PlayStation Pro 4K Battlefield 1, at least single player wise. So let me guys know if it's gonna be a patch coming soon, or if it's already a patch. I'm not entirely sure. Definitely let me know in the comments below, and that'd be really awesome. But hopefully, you know, and I think this has been confirmed, I can't remember, but I think 4K isn't a thing for multiplayer side for games, because I think it requires actually a lot of reworking the whole engine, you know, graphic engine to do that. So you know, if it doesn't have 4K, you know, in multiplayer games like Battlefield or whatever, that's fine. But like I was saying, Battlefield 1 for some reason looks very smooth. Textures are really like a lot better now, and in the sense that I don't know what it is, but it looks better than 1080p from when I was playing a couple weeks ago, or just the other day, till I got PlayStation Pro. And I'm really outstanding and really impressed with the PlayStation Pro, and I hope you guys really do like it. The content I'm going to be giving on this channel now that I got the Pro. And just to talk a little bit, the kind of the variations and forms, like in the Second Son, we have 1080p 60 frames per second, which is quality favored, and then we have the 4K 30 frames per second, which is favored resolution. And then let's say you don't have a 4K display, it is 1080p 30 frames per second with enhanced visuals, which I believe I don't have a game that, at least from right now, I don't think so. Well, Shadows of Mordor, you know, does that, but the higher resolution automatically switches to 4K since I have a 4K monitor, so I can't really test out the 1080p 30 frames per second. So that's the only thing there. So I haven't been able to use that, but I have been able to test out 1080p 60 frames per second and 4K 30 frames per second. And then, all in my opinion, you know, I can't really say which I prefer more, because of the fact that I haven't used 1080p 60 frames per second enough just yet to say whether or not which one I prefer the most, or I'm not gonna say which one is the best either. But I'll let you guys know in the next video on 4K my discussion on Pro, how 4K and 1080p 60 frames per second kind of match up towards each other. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I will definitely be uploading walkthroughs, and I think I'm gonna definitely start with probably gonna start off with Famous Second Son, just because I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun just to start off with the games I have. And do not forget, guys, as well, I do have Infamous First Light, the Fetches story mode or DLC, so that will be going up as well. It probably will not be going up after I finish this walkthrough of Famous Second Son, but it will be one of the games later on, just to kind of have a refreshment, kind of play it, you know, Sucker Punch game again, and you know, the Infamous story world or whatever. But definitely leave a like. Any new subscribers, welcome to the channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you guys for the support. You guys are awesome. It's your boy Wisdom. I'm out.